And in terms of the GMAT preparation, handling, going back to studies after a long period of work, how was it and what was the GMAT preparation that helped you?
It was not easy. So getting started itself, I think, took me around 3 months. I bought my first textbook in October, and till February, I did not really start preparing properly. It took a lot of motivation from my friends that, hey, this is something you've decided you want to do, so put in your effort. So then I started preparing. I've given two attempts for GMAT. The first attempt I scored a 640. By then I had, I think, gotten a basic grasp of the concepts, and I thought that maybe I'd be able to do it, but it wasn't the case. So then I went in deeper and tried to understand, okay, what are the areas that I need to improve on. For example, in verbal, critical reasoning was something that I needed to work on. So I got material specifically for that. Same for reading comprehension. I got in. Do you want me to share the material details as well, or would you prefer that I don't get into that?
No, I don't mind. If you think something was useful, so you can do that. Yeah.
ठीक है. So for critical reasoning, I got the CR Bible. I think it's available online if you Google it. And for reading comprehension and sentence correction, I went for eGMAT. It was slightly pricey, so I was hesitant to get it around like the first time around. But I think it has worked wonders for me because these were areas that I really needed to improve on. Quant was something I was very comfortable with. So between the first and the second attempt, I've got almost the same score. It was a 1 mark difference. But in verbal, I've made a very huge improvement. So my score went up from 640 to 710. And it was primarily because of verbal.
Correct. And then it is also about, you change your strategies and the way you approach the questions and the way you
Right. So, one very big part of my journey was writing mocks. I have written around 50 mocks. So, this may not be an approach that works for everyone, but I subscribe to every mock that was there out there just to get into the practice mode. Like, let's say I'm writing my GMAT at 11 a.m. on a given day. So, I made sure that throughout my preparation at 11 a.m., I'm blocking 3 hours for myself to go and write the mock so that my body is attuned to being in that okay, it's focus time now. And then revising the answers that you've given in mocks, trying to analyze what has gone right or what has gone wrong. If you find that some specific question area is something that's not working out for you, so going back and revising the concepts before writing the next mock, I think that made a very big difference for me.
right. And during all of this journey, there is a very huge element of pressure and stress that you have to go through. You have to manage all of this along with your work. So what are the things, in terms of let's say maintaining your mental health and the discipline? What are the things that you would suggest other applicants to look into?
I think the most important thing to do is to work backwards from the timeline by which you have to apply. Let's say I want to apply in June. So I'm going to work backwards and get a rough estimate of how long would it take for me to prepare and write the exam. I'm saying 4 months for myself. It can be 3 to 6 months for different people. You also have to factor in how busy your work schedules are. After taking this, add a couple of months for a buffer. Let's say you've written GMAT and the first attempt does not give you the score that you are getting. Factor in that buffer as well, and then add that again to work backwards towards when do you want to prepare. That gives you a little bit of a relief, because let's say you had targeted April to be the month in which you were going to write the exam, but you don't think you're ready with your prep. It's okay, you still have added that buffer, right? So you can cut yourself some slack and move the date a month forward. Um, other than this, I think I was able to balance work and preparation because I had the option of taking leaves. I Amazon was flexible that way. I could opt for leaves to prepare, focus on what I'm studying, and go back to work. For those, I think, who do not have that option, taking a longer duration to prepare might be advisable so that you don't stress yourselves out too much.
Right.